What's up guys, it's Darius, and today I want to discuss some very quick lore regarding Destiny 2 in the last trailer we got for the game. Specifically why we only see new Monarchy Guardians in the trailer. Thank you for clicking on this video, and let's jump right into it. So, as many of you know playing Destiny, one of the fan favorite debates within Destiny is which faction is the best out of the three. There are three main factions: Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy. These are the three main factions in Destiny that civilians of the Last City and Guardians alike pledge allegiance to based on their views of the world and the Traveler at this moment in time. To explain this, let's look at the beliefs of each faction and what they plan to do if it just so happens that they get their way. Let's start with Dead Orbit. My least favorite of the few, the Dead Orbit are a group of people in the Last City who believe that the Traveler is bad news based on what has happened to Earth ever since its arrival and believe we should leave immediately. Their Grimoire card reads, quote, "The Traveler is not our only salvation. Another future lies out among the light of our stars." Dead Orbit's theology has developed from mere fatalism into an obsession with worlds beyond Earth. Now their focus is on the building of a starfaring fleet, cobbled together from the ashes of our past and the spoils of war. End quote. Now let's move on to New Monarchy. They believe in staying in the last city on Earth and fighting to seek a new golden age, similar to the one once had before the collapse. For those who do not know what the collapse is, it's the event that killed all humans on Earth and is preceded by the Traveler releasing ghosts to revive long dead people, making them guardians. However, they also believe that this cause should be led by a single person who would have power over all under him. Their Grimoire card reads, quote, "Hope will be born from the collective triumphs of the King in us all." The New Monarchy rose from the ashes of the faction wars with a simple, inclusive guiding tenet: together we will rise. Leery of the fragile state of the city's politics, the New Monarchy maintains a watchful eye over the Speaker, the Consensus, and the Vanguard, seeking the leadership that will properly reign over the city and return our civilization to its golden age of splendor. If that leadership cannot be found, then it must be created. End quote. Fun fact, Zavala was actually offered a position to be the so-called king of us all, but he refused instantly, taking up the job of the head of the Titan Vanguard. And lastly, let's talk about Future War Cult, my personal favorite due to their mysterious objectives within their existence as a faction, as well as their color scheme being pretty cool. As mentioned before, Future War Cult is very mysterious. We're not exactly sure what their motives and objectives are inside the city. However, they're hell-bent on making sure that we are ready for war at all times. The Grimoire card reads, quote, "There is no future but now, no truth but war." While the origins of the Future War Cult are greatly debated, their mark has been found on ancient chambers and encampments throughout the system, dating them back to the late Golden Age. Though their secrets are vast, they have proven indispensable in our struggle against the darkness, earning them power and respect in the city consensus among Guardians. End quote. So to summarize, Dead Orbit believes that due to what has happened to Earth and its inhabitants, the Traveler is no good and we should seek refuge somewhere else in the star system, essentially turning us into what the Fallen are right now: space pirates. The Future War Cult are believed to be very knowledgeable about the darkness, the solar system, the golden age, and much more. And while that knowledge and their actual motives remain secret, we know for sure that they are on our side and they use the knowledge they keep very hidden to aid us whenever war is among us. Something else you may not have known was that the Stranger is actually a part of Future War Cult. And lastly, New Monarchy believes in staying on Earth and fighting to protect the last city under one power, a king, until we can rebuild and return the Earth to a state not unlike the Golden Age we previously had. So as you can see, the factions have more to them than just cool weapons and fashion-centric armor. They actually play a purpose in the world of Destiny, and who you align yourself with says a lot about you and what you as a Guardian are fighting for. So what specifically does all this have to do with what I mentioned earlier about the Destiny 2 reveal trailer? Well, as we take a look at what is happening in the Last City due to the Cabal Red Legion's destruction, we can actually only see one earthly faction fighting, and that's New Monarchy. Even in the trailer for Destiny 2, you can see New Monarchy soldiers running into battle. This is simply because, again, their cause is to fight for and stay in the last city on Earth by any means necessary. even if it means taking on the biggest and toughest legion we've encountered so far amongst the Cabal. Even if it means fighting without 2 of their subclasses and potentially without their ghosts and the ability to revive. I highly recommend you check out my previous lore video for an explanation on that piece of information right there. Some could also make the argument of, if the future war cult is supposed to be ready for war at all times, why don't we see them fighting too? That's a good question. However, I would make the argument in saying that because defending the last city isn't exactly their cause, they wouldn't be the absolute first respondents to an invading attack on the tower in the last city. The soldiers you would most likely see first is New Monarchy, since that is their only goal. That is not the case for future war cult. However, I would not be surprised if we see them sometime during the campaign for Destiny 2. I'll leave you with this last question. When the Cabal Red Legion comes, will you leave us all to fend for ourselves? Will you stay in the shadows waiting and researching and creating the best possible ways for us to defeat our enemies, responding at the right time? Or will you unwillingly put your life on the line to defend every last civilian on Earth with no hesitation on September 9th? Thank you for watching this Destiny 2 lore video. I hope you enjoyed. If you made it all the way through, leave a comment down below letting us know who you see yourself aligning yourself to come the release of Destiny 2. If you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate you leaving a like, subscribing, and even considering hitting that bell button next to the sub button so you don't miss any Destiny 2 videos coming from me in the future, which there will be lots of coming in just under 2 weeks. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.